Hello and welcome to Alliston Memorial Arena. We have the season opener for the Renegade Derby Dames featuring Hogtown. We have the Hogtown Horrors up against Renegade Derby Dames striking Vikings.
And we are going to be your hosts throughout this exciting game. I am Demon Star and I have Valhalla here sitting beside me. These two teams are part of leagues which have played each other for many years. So we're old friends, as it were. It's been 12 years of friendship and games. So this should be a really exciting game after coming back from our big break, as everybody is, as all the sports have, come back from the big break. Everyone here is going to be super excited to be playing this game today.
Yes, this was a fantastic game. We have some skaters who are playing their second game, and always hard, but shows the athleticism of these skaters and just how fun it is, because you're not going to do two games in a row if you're not having fun.
Yeah, that's a great point. You're definitely not. So this was a doubleheader, and this being the second game in that doubleheader. So these, for both of the leagues, these are the A teams or the charter teams. We skate under Women's Flat Track Derby Association, which is a international association that regulates the sport.
And as the teams are doing their roll call, you'll notice that you have some skaters with covers on their helmets. You've got Smoking Guns Barbie there with the bright pink socks. She's got a star on her helmet, denoting her as a jammer. Jammers score the points. And at the far end, you have Crystal Clear and myself, Valhalla, with the pivot stripe. Pivots are the blocker that the jammer can emergency pass to if they have to, if they can't get out, or if something goes wrong.
For sure, something very important. And you can see too, in both teams, there's going to be some of the skaters have jerseys on that have logos, and some of them don't. So again, because of that break that we all took in sports, certainly roller derby as well, obviously, the comeback means that there's a lot of new skaters joining the sport, which is absolutely exciting and amazing, and we're all super jazzed about that. So some of the skaters won't have a jersey with an emblem on it. They'll just have a black jersey or a blue jersey, which kind of just shows you that they're probably newer to the sport and newer to the league that they're skating with.
And we have Smoking Guns Barbie starting out with Happy Kilmore for Hogtown, and a little bit of attempted O that didn't quite go the way we were looking for it to, but Hogtown gets out with the lead, but Barbie is close on Happy's heels.
Yeah, and Happy, you can see they made it out on the outside edge, and when they did that, they got two whistles from their jam ref. That's the ref star fellow inside there pointing at them. And that's not for any other reason except to say, hey, you're lead jammer. It means you got out first, and you get the honor of being able to call off the jam.
And Happy got 3 points on that jam, was knocked out on the inside, and decided rather than battling to get through again, just going to call it. Let that be someone else's problem.
Absolutely, that's definitely a good call to make, saving any points being lost to the other team, and hopefully setting yourselves up for a new jam.
And we have Baby Shark for the Vikings and Snack Tack coming in for Hogtown. Holly de Havilland with a great one-on-one hold, but when it's one-on-one, the jammer just has way too many advantages.
Yeah, it's a hard go. And Holly, again, a long-time skater with Hogtown. Somebody I've known for many years, since I started derby basically 12 years ago. I'd have to say I've skated against Holly, and a really great skater and a real big asset to Hogtown, and one I'm sure you will see on the track a lot in a mentor position.
Yep, and we're going to watch this here as Baby Shark scores point. How we do that is the jammer makes an initial pass and then has to get through a second time before they can score points. They get 1 point for every blocker on the other team they pass.
Yeah, and we saw there right at the end just that call off. So again, because Baby Shark was the lead jammer, the jammer that exited the pack first, passing all the blockers upright and inbounds, she was able to call off the jam when she wanted to by hitting her hips or tapping her hips twice with both hands. So you'll see that action, and once she's hit her hips the second time, her ref, which is, I'm not sure, her jammer ref will call the jam with 4 whistles.
Now we've got some track repair. It looks like there's a shift in some stuff happening. We have Live and Let Die for the Striking Vikings and Speed Nelly out for the Hogtown Horror.
Yeah, so again, for those of you who have caught the Bombshell Battalion game, which is also being cast by Rogers Lovely, Speed Nelly was in that game as well, jamming quite the many jams. So for her, this is her second game in the day. So she's got some great stamina to be able to, and the harder game as well, because now she's playing the A team.
Vikings have had a bit of a lineup change, swapped out someone, and they made a gap, and Live and Let Die was able to pick up speed, and she is a very fast skater, comes through Derby, to Derby through hockey. You can tell that the way she skates. Very powerful, very low center of gravity. Just going through, scoring 4 more points.
And is it Speed Nelly we've got still?
Yes,
yeah,
we still have Speed Nelly.
Oh, there she is. Yeah, I just lost her for a moment there. Speed Nelly on the track, just getting through on her first pass. Aw, she said sorry.
Yeah, that is the chuckle we often have. In between the whistles, we'll hit each other as hard as we can, but just the lightest shoulder bump after the whistle, and it's, oh my gosh, are you okay? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. See, that one right there, no sorry is necessary.
Yeah.
This one after the whistle,
yeah.
there's a sorry.
Sorry. I didn't mean to do that. And she hadn't even made impact. She actually quite well stopped herself from any impact there, but she just wanted to make sure we knew.
We're seeing Happy Kilmore out again with Hard Mania for the Vikings. And Hard is twinkle-toesing up the inside line, and away she goes while Happy is held. And you can see Crystal Clear making a bridge to keep her blockers in play, while Curly goes off to the box on a high block.
Oh, nice big hit out by Holly de Havilland there for Hogtown. Taking Hard Mania out to the inside.
And Hard Mania avoiding one of the few non-play related penalties that a Derby player can get by hopping back on the track and skating around rather than going through the track. That is a big no-no. That is ref zone only.
Don't go through the middle of the track. They don't like that. The refs will get mad at you. So we can see here, lining up for the next jam, Smack Attack for Hogtown Horror and Smoke and Guns Barbie for the Striking Vikings.
And Snack Attack's got lead. Barbie's held up just a little bit back there. She's still in the pack, which is great for Hogtown. Let them get some more points.
For sure. This is, I think, our first lead that we're seeing for Hogtown. Second lead? Yes. Oh, yes. And
Happy got the very first lead of the game.
Right on.
And Quick Call got 4 points, did not let the Vikings score at all. Very good. And Curly is messaging her team. She's got 5 seconds left in the box. Don't worry, I'm coming to help soon. And there is Barbie getting out.
Big hit there by Sugar Plum Scary. They crossed the track, came at her, Barbie with everything they had, and Barbie can take some big hits though. That was a very nice move.
And Baby Shark, and I believe we are with Speed Nelly. Yes, Baby Shark has lead. Another hockey skater. You can see the similarities with Live and Let Die's skating style. We have a variety of places our skaters come from. Some of them are artistic ice skaters. We have hockey players, we have rugby players, we have people who've never played a sport a day in their life before they strap skates on.
Or never roller skated before, or never skated in any fashion before they came to roller derby. It's definitely a different journey for everybody, but certainly for Baby Shark, the skating wasn't something she had to learn.
No, and you've got Crystal Clear coming in, and
Speed Nellie's having a really hard time getting through this pack. So we've got some real powerhouse blockers here for the striking Vikings, making it really tough for her. Lots of hits she's taking.
And not little ones either.
No, but finally does make her way out past all of those.
And
blockers.
Shark gives up trying to fight Holly and Happy to get back without a cut. So just calls it, lets the next jammer take care of it. See that hit that knocks knocks out
baby,
and down. And
that's a really nice formation that you saw there from Hogtown.
Very tight.
Yeah. So something we call a triad, generally called a triad in Derby. That triangle, braced triangle. And again, second lead here for Snack Attack.
Yeah. She's got a great percentage right now on her leads, and very strong skater.
Yeah.
Solid hits.
Yeah, she looks like a powerhouse. So here we can see the Viking blockers did a nice takeout there, giving Liv a chance to get around once more and steal some points before Hogtown calls it off.
So we've got Hogtown at 11, the striking Vikings are at 20, and we are just about 8 minutes into play. We've got Happy Kilmore up against Hardmania. And again, we've got those triads stacked on top of each other. Oftentimes they start offset to catch the opposing jammer. But as you'll see here, the opposing jammer goes where they want. They'll go generally to the person who they think they can get through on. Sometimes that is the person by themselves, but often you have to think, if you've got a group of 3 and a group of 1, that one person is there by themselves for a reason. In this case, it's usually Curly or Crystal, and those are very solid skaters. You can't just walk through.
Yeah, I see Sugar Plum Scary there for Hogtown. 83, 93, 83. Doing a lot of really good defense work, last-ditch defense work.
Just dancing around in front of Hard, making it so she has not left the pack. Oh,
yeah, I think she's gotten in front for a hit almost every go-around. So this would definitely be, as a coach, a time I would say, why are we leaving her alone?
Yes,
she's getting
be with
there.
your friends.
Be with your friends. She's there every time. But as Valhalla was already mentioning, it's when it's a one blocker on a jammer, the jammer is going to win. It's just one of those things. The jammer knows before the blocker. And here we go. There's Sugar Plum again.
But we've got Natasha Rolomoff and 93, who is Shockness Monster. Took Hardmania out on that 4th corner there on the outside, called it. We'll watch a replay of this.
Yeah.
The pass, that's what that, or not a pass, just Happy taking the star off. It had been off so long.
Yes.
Pivots! Watch for your jammer.
And good to recognize that when the jammer takes their star off, they're not bound to pass it to the pivot, so they have that option. They can hold on to it and skate out and just put it back on and still be the jammer. But obviously, if they do pass it and the pass is made legally upright and in bounds, then they're done being the jammer and the pivot becomes the jammer. But if they choose, which sometimes happens because the opposing team will start to pay more attention to the pivot, sometimes they just say, hey, I'm just scooting out. Everyone stop paying attention to me.
Speed Nelly with their first lead of the jam, or of the game rather. Coming out against Smoking Guns Barbie there with the hot pink socks. Just a quick call, keeps Vikings at 0, but also keeps them at 0.
And there we can see too on that line, Tiny Tank. So she is a skater who originated, there she is, 74, going in for a hit against Speed Nelly on the inside. And she's a skater who originated with Hogtown roller derby. So this is her old friends that she's playing against.
We do love to hit our friends in roller derby. Got Baby Shark taking lead, while no third time for for snack attack.
But again, really close on,
Very
Shark's
close.
heels there. She didn't make it out first, but she certainly didn't leave a lot of time.
Quick little jump transition there and a call.
I literally just taught her that 2 months ago.
Well, she's putting the thing you taught to use.
Oh, I love it. So great. I can't do that as well as her, just FYI, but I did teach her how to do it. It's the joy of being young and a great hockey skater.
Oh.
But that's wonderful to see. The joys of coaching are certainly getting to see the moves come out in games that you teach, so that's wonderful.
Live and let die, offering just a split second of offense or defense rather, and before going in hard to get lead against Happy Kilmore, who got taken back there on the inside.
Oh, there we go. Looks like Happy's almost through.
Yeah, Happy is out. Oh, there. Now.
Oh,
no.
And I think that
looked like it might have been
Hot Flash.
Hot Flash.
Yeah, Hot Flash doing a last ditch catch.
Yep.
Get out.
I almost thought that was going to be a down skater call. We've got Live and Let Die calling the jam, tapping her hips.
And that was, again, Sugar Plum Scary there. The pivot for Hogtown, just doing a great job of staying. Oh, that was Magoo.
Magoo and
a series of that was the down skater.
That was the down skater hit I thought I saw.
Yes.
So again, most of our rules are safety based. You cannot hit a skater who is down, as it is a risk to everyone's safety, yours and the skater on the ground.
Absolutely. We can see Hard Mania here for the Striking Vikings with the jammer helmet on. And that's Holly de Havilland.
Way out of play.
It's Holly de Havilland going for the last ditch hit.
And you can see Hardmania looking to her ref, is everything okay? Am I getting the penalty, or is Holly? And Holly indeed got a blocking out of play. Out of play is when you have gone more than 20 feet from the pack and you're no longer in the engagement zone. You cannot hit another skater, whether you are the jammer or the blocker, with the only caveat to this being a jammer can hit another jammer at any point on the track.
So Speed Nelly for Hogtown, the Hogtown's jammer there, just got a penalty. So she hasn't made it through yet on her first pass. So she's still waiting to get through the pack for the first time, which is not a scoring pass. But she didn't even do that yet. Unfortunately, she's been called on a penalty. I didn't see what the call was. But she'll be in the box for 30 seconds, giving the Vikings a 30-second power jam situation.
And some great offense. The sweep or jam from the Vikings there. One of the oldest plays in the book, but you can't really beat it because you got to defend.
Yeah, it's an oldie but a goodie, that's for sure. We can see them. Hogtown's sort of doing a good job there, splitting up,
bridging out.
Yep, not to get caught up and all that. And here we see Holly doing some nice one-on-one blocking.
Yep.
But trying to be smart and not get that same penalty again. So she throws her hands up and says, "Oh,
I'm out. I'm good.
I'm stopping so that I don't get a penalty for blocking out of play."
And we saw Speed Nelly come in with the star in hand. So on your first pass, you do not need to be wearing the star to get through, only to become lead jam. And once lead jammer has been established, there's no sense in keeping that on, keeping all the focus on you, because if you can take it off, you're going to put a little bit of that focus on your pivot.
Absolutely, yeah. So here we're going to see that replay of Holly doing some really nice one-on-one
fantastic chest blocking.
Yeah, she's a great blocker. But she was being smart. So we're back to Speed, or pardon me, is this Speed Nelly?
No, Speed Nelly was just on. This is Snack Attack and Smoking Guns Barbie, and we've got Sugar Plum Scary in there offering some offense.
Takes out Barbie on the inside.
Defense.
Yep.
Oh, and looks like a failed cut. That happens. Refs are human. There may be 7 of them, but they can't see everything.
Yeah, it's a really fast game and a lot of things to keep track of.
Oh, and Vikings are down. It looks to only 2 blockers on the track, and they are getting the jam called that way. They will be starting down at 2 players. Oh.
So that was she's got a really good, Snack Attack's got a really good lead status so far.
Yes.
Again, she was lead here on this one. I think she's only missed like 1 lead from all the times she's jammed.
And here she goes on Magoo, deacon through, and she sees the box is full. Time to call.
I'm going to keep going. So we're at Hogtown 20, striking Vikings in the lead with 62. 14 or so minutes left here in this half, and it looks like they've got Holly jamming.
Oh.
Holly Haviland, de Haviland jamming for the first time for Hogtown.
And Baby Shark sneaks on through. I think they were hoping to put some major points on the board with only 2 blockers in the box. Though Hot Flash is standing, meaning they have less than 10 seconds left, while Baby Shark goes around and just scoops up 4 points.
But we'll see how Holly does here. Probably pretty well. Holly is a
very
triple
experienced
threat, as we call. And then, nice apex jump there by Baby Shark. So Holly's able to take any of the positions, a blocker, a pivot, or a jammer, and play that.
She did get 3 points.
Yeah, she did.
You can see the refs. Each jammer has their own ref, specifically.
Jump.
Oh, little jump. And you can see the Vikings ref will have a blue wristband, whereas we just let the black wrist guard stand in for the black bands for Hogtown. So if you see them throwing fingers up in the air, that is their point count. A full lap will be 4 points, and anywhere in between 1 or 0 and 4 will go up. And that's Live and Let Die, taking quite a few hits on her way through. And cheering to her friends. As Valhalla goes back to the box.
Oh dear.
They were directions. That's the only one I got that game.
Well, it happens sometimes.
Yes, and a good point. One of those other ones that's not a safety-related one, but more of a gameplay-related penalty is a direction. You cannot hit another skater in a manner that forces them to go backwards on a track. It is considered it's just not considered good. You just can't do it.
It is a safety one in thinking it's so you don't skate in the wrong direction and just slam into somebody as fast as you can. I mean, generally that's not how they are incurred. People aren't doing quite that level of move. Yeah, it's more generally because you do a hit and you kind of move your feet in the wrong direction one step or so, and then that's going to be a direction.
Herd Mania deking around so many of the flashy backsides of Hogtown to get around them and get out first, while Holly has taken a pass.
Very nice, yeah. So there we see that the power of the pivot. So again, that's a great strategy, stops the bleed, so when you're playing against a team that's better than you, you're going to be doing a good amount of passing, and that's very smart. It's a smart strategy, it's a good thing to do. So now Holly's going to get a chance to maybe grab a couple points, which she's going to try to do a little apex jump to do, not quite landing.
Being taken back on the inside. As Hard scores 4 more points, we have the Hogtown Horror at 27 and Striking Vikings at 81. You see Holly there using some of that triple threat, doing a little bit of blocking, forcing Hardmania to go towards where Holly's blockers were, controlling her as much as she can on the track as she gets controlled by the Viking blockers.
There's some good hits there by F-Bomb as well.
And they're second time, second spot, trying again. I think what they were trying to do is get Hardmania knocked out by the jammer, who can just pull them all the way around the track if they really wanted to. And everyone's on the ground, but everyone's smiling and up. Medics still seated, everyone's good.
That was some hard work there by Hardmania. There's that F-bomb
hit,
yeah,
and then Sugar Plum Scary just staying in front.
Yep.
With that attempted leap from Holly.
Yeah, didn't quite caught a hip there. Just didn't quite land it, but it was a valiant effort.
And we have Smoking Guns Barbie and Happy Kilmore. Happy putting a little hit on Barbie before everyone gets in.
Trying to jump on the inside. Almost landed it too. That would have been so pretty, but just again took a hip.
All it takes is a little one.
It does, yeah. So that didn't quite work, but again, valiant effort there.
As we've got Vikings fighting with Sugar Plum Scary, not letting them take her jammer back too far.
So and here comes
Hot Flash with some offense. Just just messing people up.
Sugar Plum's scary though. What a great blocker. She's doing a really good job.
And I
for her
think
team.
we're on a power jam for the Vikings.
It looks like I saw
Happy in the box.
Happy in the box.
You can see they're broken up. And Barbie waving them in for some help, following Crystal clear in. Almost able to ride the line, but Sugar Plum just
is there.
She's just always there.
Just always there. And here she's again trying to do a last-ditch catch. Sometimes can work, but again, Paula's pretty, especially when she has some speed, Paula's pretty hard to take down.
Yes. A very experienced ice skater. Smoking Guns Barbie comes to us through figure skating. You can see that in some of the ways she comes out.
You will see it, yes. She does lots of twirls and whirls.
Twirls and whirls, and her arms come out when she comes out of the pack backwards, and it's...
Yeah, you can definitely tell those bad decisions as well was not on ice skates, but on roller skates. A roller dancer, which is the same as figure skating basically, but on roller skates. So you can always tell the flourishes. They have those extra flourishes.
The whirls that make them pretty. The points, the pretty point getters.
Yeah, they hit somebody and then they like throw their little arm out, like pretty.
And we've got Speed Nelly and Live and Let Die jamming. F-Bomb and Holly matched with Sugar Plum Scary rather, holding. And sorry, correction, that is Natasha Rolimov, not Holly.
I think Speed Nelly, I mean, she has so much potential. We saw in the Bombshell game, she just absolutely dominated. And I think the big difference here is just her, her newness to the sport and hits.
And the fact that she is now at almost 90 minutes of play in a very warm arena.
Yeah, that's probably also
And
part
with
of
that
it.
said, we are going to go for a short break. We will be right back with the last part of the first half of Striking Vikings versus Hogtown Horrors.
This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Focus better.
Partner better.
Sleep better.
Breathe better.
Love better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
Connection. We all need it. We live for it. It makes us feel like we're a part of something bigger. It makes us laugh, cry, and scream out for the world to hear. Connecting Canadians has been our focus for over 60 years, and it's just the beginning.
Focus better.
Heal better.
Sleep better.
Partner better.
Create better.
Love better.
Breathe better.
Learn better.
Laugh better. Lead better.
Think better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Happy better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
Welcome back to Alliston Memorial Arena. We have the Renegade Derby Dames home opener for 2023, featuring the Renegade Derby Dames striking Vikings versus the Hogtown Horrors from Toronto. We are in the second part of the first half, and we have a score of 28 for Hogtown, 99 for the Vikings, and Baby Shark is just pushing her way through, but Sugar Plum's
really
not letting her out easy.
That was probably some of the best defense I've seen against Baby Shark, specifically from Hogtown there. Really nice recycle, some really good hits, making Baby Shark stumble, lots of stumble, work for her. For sure. And Sugar Plum Scary just dominating the defense for this team in this game so far.
We've got Snack Attack came out with the star in her hand, but a little bit of a hip hit there. Some stolen points, but right into the crowd. That is why that seating is called Danger Zone seating.
You must be 18 years or older to take seating in the front row, and there's why.
Yes,
you could end up with a skater on your lap.
You'll notice that everyone in that front row is sitting directly on the ground. No chairs for safety concerns. It's one thing for a body to hit another body, as we see in this game, but to hit a chair, something entirely else.
That was great. So that was a great hit there by Blast Attack. They were pushed by their own blocker into the jammer, which is a great way that the team works together. And we might see it here replayed for us. Nope, we're seeing a different hit out, but also a good team effort in the triad of hitting out Baby Shark. But that last hit was just really nice, being one of the blockers pushing the other blocker into the jammer. Sort of like a...
And just to make things easy, we have Hard Mania, who is 1-1-1-1, following Baby Shark, who is 1-1-1. They are both jammers, they both have a lot of ones, and they both put up a lot of points this game.
Yes. So we can see the Hogtown jammer Happy Kilmore getting out of the pack. The jam ref for Happy was showing the You're Not Lead Jammer signal, which is sort of like a big X sweeping motion in front of their body, which indicates you didn't make it out first, you can't call it off.
We've got Speed Nelly and Smoking Guns Barbie coming out again. And Sugar Plum Scary's back on the track.
Mm-hmm. And Speed Nelly here again, just for the people who don't play a sport like this where you get hit over and over again. It's pretty hard. Again, when you're playing a team that they're beating you up a bit, and they're doing some pretty hardcore defense. But you got to keep going out. And as a jammer, it's can be really tough because you're going to get hit, you're going to get knocked down, you're going to almost make it out and then have to recycle, and it's super frustrating. But your job is to just keep trying anyway. Just keep trying. So it's really, those of you who are watching who sort of can appreciate that tenacity that Speed Nelly has to have here in this game to just keep coming out even though she's getting beat up.
Yep, and there's Sugar Plum taking Barbie out at the apex there. Barbie calls it. I'm not going to recycle.
She says, I'll take those points and be finished. But we can see both bench coaches here in this long view too, and we're seeing those benches. You can see them standing. So here we see Patches O'Houlihan for the striking Vikings with the hat on and the Viking shirt. And when we'll see the bench for Hogtown momentarily, you'll see...
there we do. We have got Dead Lasso there in black with the white hat.
Mm-hmm. So those coaches are going to be calling things, and you can see Dead Lasso making notes, probably about who's working well against whom, and maybe who they should put out next.
That was a good hold from Crystal Clear and bad decisions. A good decision on her part to take back Snack Attack, recycling her all the way to the back of the pack when she was almost out. Oh,
yeah, it's tough.
Yep. I'm usually the recycler, so not so tough for me.
But she got right out again.
Yep.
So she made a quick
work of it.
Quick work of it, yeah. She wasn't held back there too long, but she did have to go back again.
Oh, oh no.
She has part of her skate in her hand.
That is never a good day.
That's not quite right. So the wheels are supposed to be on the skate.
Yes.
Definitely not what you're wanting to happen. Your skate exploding.
So there are 4 major components to a roller derby skate: the boot, the truck, the wheels, and the plate. And it looks like in this case the wheels have stayed on the truck, and the plate has stayed on the boot, but the truck and the plate are no longer together.
We're gonna see. Oh, just pops right off her foot. Poor thing. That's pretty surprising for there to be no wheels under you suddenly.
Especially on the front when you go to put weight on it.
Where wheels once were, there are no longer. But it looks like she'll be able to fix it. Like as you said there, it did look like.
Oh.
That was a really nice hold.
And a really good hit.
Yep.
And a good call off. That was Happy Kilmore and Baby Shark, and it looks like Shark got some points, none for Happy, unfortunately. So we are at 128 for the Vikings and 39 for Hogtown, with less than 2 minutes left in this half.
And we're back with Hard Mania for the Striking Vikings and Speed Nelly for Hogtown Horror.
And just a little confusion as both jammers just stand there for a second waiting to see if one will make a move. Looks like Hard made the move and out she goes first. Speed Nelly tried but got a little caught up at the end.
Yeah, I thought
by her own blockers.
I think I think Hard maybe actually was in front of her a little bit as well, but I was gonna be excited because I thought maybe she was gonna get through there for her first lead, but
instead going to the box.
Going to the box.
And
that's
you see the Viking. Good save.
Yeah, so just to reiterate there, so Holly hit her out, and you can fix a cut, but you can't move forward. So we did see that there was a couple of steps that happened from Hard Mania, but you could see that it was the action of that hit from Holly. So although she did kind of do a little hippity-hoppity once she caught herself, she didn't make any move forward, so she was still able to save that cut, and obviously Holly took great advantage of that.
That was
nice hit out by Holly, and then another follow-up by F-bomb.
We've got just enough time for one more jam, and Vikings are starting in a power jam.
Oh, I didn't see what. Did Speed Nelly get called for 2?
No, Speed Nelly only got called for 1, but they were sitting in between the jams to stand up with less than 10 seconds left.
Gotcha. Yeah,
so they are almost done, but you don't want to stand there too long. You get antsy. If you roll out of the box, you get in trouble. So
that's true.
Might as well sit down.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
great.
And a little quick out for Speed Nelly and a bit of a jump for Barbie, calling it off. And that is the end of the first half.
So we are at 135 for the Striking Vikings and 39 for Hogtown Horror for this first half of the 2023 Renegade Derby Dames home opener. There's that pretty little jump.
While Speed Nelly scoots on up.
Yeah, she took that opportunity very well. So we will be right back after this break to take a look at the second half and see what happens in this bout.
My husband is a wonderful man and a great father when he's not drinking. I'm so angry he chooses alcohol over us. If he really loved us, he'd stop drinking, right? My counselor suggested I try Al-Anon. I didn't understand why. I'm not the one with the problem, but I'm glad I went. Do you worry about someone's drinking? You are not alone. Al-Anon or Alliston can help. Call 866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
Greatest women's mixed martial artist of all time. She is just next level.
Double jumping, baby!
Her boxing is crisp and clean. This is a big-time challenge to a man's title.
I'm chasing the belt, LD champion.
So much anticipation for this fight. The winner of this fight would be next in line for the title.
The UFC has landed in Vancouver.
Let's go!
We all start on different bases, and only some of us make it safely home. Anyone can get stuck on first. without a clear path to home base. There are over 235,000 Canadians experiencing homelessness every year. Raising the Roof is on a mission to help all those in need find a safe place to call home. With every purchase of a Raising the Roof baseball cap, you are helping us get one step closer to ending homelessness in Canada. Visit raisingtheroof.org to get yours today, because everyone deserves a home base.
Could you use some extra cash? Tune in to McLaren Arts Center TV Bingo on Rogers TV for your chance to win. We have $2,500 in prizes up for grabs every Tuesday night. 5 ways to play, 20 chances each night, but only one way to win. Tune in to McLaren Arts Center TV Bingo, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. only on Rogers TV.
To Alliston Memorial Arena. We're here with the Renegade Derby Dames 2023 home opener with the teams The Horror from Hogtown, one of Toronto's leagues, and the Striking Vikings from the Renegade Derby Dames. These are both of the A teams for these leagues respectively, and they're here playing at Alliston Memorial Arena. We're very excited to see the second half. The first half was a little bit imbalanced. The Vikings are leading 135-39, but it's been a big break from Derby. So every league is sort of in a different place as far as where they are with skaters who left, skaters who returned, obviously a lot of new skaters joining lots of leagues. So it's kind of an interesting time in Derby.
Yes, and there are a lot of new skaters on the Hogtown Horrors. Renegade Derby Dames and Hogtown have a long history together, even before they were Hogtown, when they were GTAR. You can see on Sugar Plum Scary, she's got that star on her chest. That is their old A-Team logo for the G-Stars. Fantastic League then, Fantastic League now.
Yeah.
They are doing a fantastic job on on Splatinum Blonde there. It was a missed call, that's for sure.
Yes, it was. But interestingly, this is Platinum Blonde's first jam in this game, and you can see that she's not wearing the jersey, the same Vikings jersey that the rest of the team is wearing, because she's a new skater. So she's just become a crossover to the Striking Vikings, as I mentioned before. They are the A-team for the Renegade Derby Dames, and she's just been moving up. This last year, she started Derby before COVID, but then COVID. So she's been working really hard to become a part of the A-team, and we can see her now getting a chance to give her jamming a go.
And she is one of many skaters who is in their 90th minute currently of roller derby play.
That's right.
So we have a couple crossovers on both teams, and she's calling it off. She's like, I've had enough. I got my points.
That's it. Yeah, and it's great to see the new skaters being able to try out skating at the higher level. Of course, the Vikings, the Striking Vikings, have been lucky, I suppose, in a way that the team as it is now is very similar, nearly the same as the team was in 2019 before the big break. Whereas Hogtown, it's a pretty different story. So they do have some returning skaters for sure, those that you notice as mentors on the track. Holly de Havilland right now coming in to hit Barbie is one of them. Happy Kilmore,
Sugar Plum Scary.
So again, you can tell the returning skaters who have sort of been playing at the A level for a longer period of time. But they've had to rebuild their team, which is obviously awesome, and we're so happy to be able to give them the opportunity to try out skating at a higher level and give their best go. Speed Nelly there, taking a big hit from Hot Flash, but Hot Flash went out.
Hot Flash went out, so there was no recycling for that. That was good.
Yeah, absolutely. She's able to just keep on going. So these kinds of games and this kind of imbalance is sort of something that we can expect in 2023 for a lot of Derby. Truthfully, just because some leagues were lucky and kept their skaters, which means that they puts them at a great advantage. Obviously, the Striking Vikings, a lot of these skaters have been playing together for years. The same skaters playing on the same team, which is a great advantage. Obviously, when you're a new skater, it's not only about learning how to skate, depending on what your background was. But certainly, even if you knew how to play derby, coming to a new team is always gonna throw things off a bit. It takes a little while.
And we have a power jam for the Vikings. Speaking of those long-term line partners, probably one of the longest-term line partnerships on the Vikings, Riot Rhythm and Bad Decisions. They are an amazing twosome.
Yes, absolutely, and they have been working together in their little pairing for quite some time. We can also see Baby Shark, who's new to the team, a young skater who just came to the Renegade Derby Dames this year, but she came from hockey, so she didn't really have to learn how to skate. So
we just had to teach her the rules and how to do it on wheels.
Yeah, absolutely. And because she was a hockey skater at a fairly high level, I think it was very, very easy for her to understand gameplay, to pick up strategies. Again, her journey was a much shorter one compared to somebody like Platinum Blonde, who didn't know how to skate when she came to the Renegade Derby Dames. She had never been on roller skates. So for her, making her way now onto the A-team is pretty awesome, pretty amazing.
You're going to see that hit with, I believe that's F-bomb pushing out with blast attack, and number 93, Shock Nest Monster.
Yeah, there's some good blocking going on from Hogtown. They're by no means giving up or not together. I think it's just a little bit of experience. I think truthfully is really the thing. The same with the jammers. So Speed Nelly being a newer jammer for Hogtown, just not as used to taking the hits. And I think that's for a number of those newer skaters for Hogtown as well who are blocking. It's just getting used to taking the hits and staying up on your feet.
And we've got Hard Mania with the lead, so she decides to call it. We are at 161 for the Striking Vikings and 39 for Hogtown.
And having played games with this imbalance and having been a jammer in a game with this type of imbalance, it's a bit of a head game, that your team has to get past. And I think it's so awesome that they get to do it here with us, because it's two leagues that are so comfortable together and such good friends. It makes it really easy to, have to keep working really hard, but still be happy about it and still enjoy playing the game.
And it speaks to the quality of skater and player that even with this differential, everyone's still having fun. It's
absolutely
why we're here. And we just saw Live and Let Die go to the box. There was a cut penalty, and you saw a little moment of confusion there with checking with the ref to confirm numbers before they get sent off to the box.
Some really nice reforms into the formations here. And you're going to hear my coach voice coming out, but I really like to see that, friends getting back together into an actual formation. And those are the kinds of things that come from years of practice together. And those are some of the differences you'll see in the two blocker groups, which is literally just from time spent together practicing. That's some great blocks still from Hogtown.
And some great offense there from Sugar Plum, taking the point off the triad, the brace away.
And Speed Nelly did get lead for that one. So that's so nice to see. I'm sure that felt good after a number of jams. Well, all of her jams.
Oof, and there is
Mischief.
Mischief just getting taken off her feet by Liv.
Yeah. So
strong skaters are strong.
Strong skaters are strong. And again, it just shows a little bit of the differential in time on skates. Mischief, I'm sure at the end of 2023 will be able to throw that hit and stay on her skates as well.
Exactly. And we've got Splatinum Blonde out again, this time with lead again. Got a little bit of help off the start, but now we've got some blocking going on Happy Kilmore.
There we go, and some nice offense there.
And Holly, but she went down. Will
Splatinum remember?
Yep.
Yes. Well, again, isn't that lovely to see? See the smile on her face as she's probably thinking, I remembered, I don't have to go all the way to the back and redo that. Which is awesome.
And she just goes through the arms. You cannot keep your arms held in that position. That is a multiplayer, and it looks like, we've got a skater going off on a low block call. It's when you impact another skater below the knee or impact with your body below the knee.
It's a leg block.
Leg block.
Yeah, so usually,
Leave it to the ref. Waiting for your explanation.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, I mean, you're not wrong. Like,
yeah.
One of them is using, hitting to an illegal target zone, and one of them is using an illegal target or an illegal hit zone to impact.
I think this one was a bit of both.
Yeah, and usually we'll call the low block, it's higher on the priority list. So you won't see leg blocks that often, because generally it will be called as a low block because they're hitting, and that hitting into an incorrect target zone is a higher priority than hitting with the wrong part of your body.
And we've got Snack Attack and Baby Shark, and both are fighting real hard to get out.
Oh, that was a really nice hit there.
And Sugar Plum fighting to the end of her engagement zone, as we see her do quite often.
Yeah, it looks like Baby Shark maybe got hit in the face a little bit.
Yeah. But she sneaked through quite clean.
I think actually that skater got called for a high block. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she did, because I don't.
They are downhill skater.
Yeah, and I saw it was a good impact. I think she just followed through. Just her body followed through a little bit high. The impact was initially at the hip, but sometimes that happens.
Especially if you're a taller skater or a shorter skater.
Right.
You'll see some of the shorter skaters, such as, neither of them are on this line, but Mamie Magoo and Tiny Tank both have visors. Both are shorter skaters. We have a star pass.
Your face is just a little bit more in the way. Oh, yes, indeed, a star pass.
And you can hear the instructions from the bench. Call it. That's Patches O'Houlihan signaling to Baby Shark that the star is out, just in case she didn't catch the pass.
And it was Blast Attack. They were the one I saw come in for that nice big hit, but also the one, unfortunately, who got called on the high block.
Yes.
So here we go. We're going to see our lineup, our blockers getting in those triads that we are
so fond of. And
see Valhalla trying to do a little offense right off the line to break the brace. That sort of almost looked like a back block, but I guess it wasn't.
Hardmania tends to come in hip first, so I imagine she probably hit against Nasmash's hip or.
And we definitely didn't have the best view from the camera view that we had. So, and again, that's always good things to remember.
Going under her team's arms.
Yes.
Much easier when you're a shorter skater going against a taller skater, but it worked on that one too.
Yeah, you're not going to get called a multiplayer block against your own skater.
No.
And I've seen people be like, oh, that was a back block, but I'm like, yeah,
it's their own skater.
It's their own skater.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, do you want a back block from your teammate?
No. But you can generally hit them anywhere, grab them.
Yes, but they're going to have to just suck it up.
Yes.
Because it's not a penalty, that's for sure.
No, and if you're the jammer, hopefully you get out. Make it worth it.
Nice toe stop work there on the inside by Live and Let Die.
Indeed. Well, Happy Kilmore fights their way through Riot Rhythm and Bad Decisions, that dynamic duo again.
And Liv coming to the back of Curly, they're one of her blockers, looking for some offensive help to push through, which Curly obliges. And Liv is through for a scoring pass. And Happy Kilmore, fast on her heels.
Curly's returning to the Striking Vikings after a little time off, but she was one of our starting jammers, and we're so happy to have her back.
Absolutely. It's so nice to have people come back into the fold. I mean, basically for the reasons I was talking about, because they just already know what everybody does.
And speaking of back, we'll be back shortly from a quick break. Stay with us.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
You must be the reporter. Come with me.
So, Miss McGill, how does it feel being Canada's famous women engineer?
The real story is the work we've done retooling this factory.
To build the Hawker Hurricane?
Indeed. 40 planes last month with a capacity of up to 100. Our fighters are over England as we speak. Of course, it pains me to see airplanes mass-produced like boxcars or baby carriages. But in war, we make concessions in favor of innovation.
You must feel at home, though, managing all of these women.
I'm not here to manage women.
Well, you must admit it is an unusual job.
I'm the chief engineer here. I do what engineers do. That's all.
What are we doing now?
We are to win this war. We need to know how she flies.
Elsie McGill was the world's first female aeronautical engineer. She oversaw Canada's production of Hawker Hurricanes during the Second World War, earning her the nickname Queen of the Hurricanes.
Welcome back to Alliston Memorial Arena, where Renegade Derby Dames are having our 2023 home opener against Hogtown's A-team, the Horror. And we are playing with the striking Vikings, the Renegade Derby Dames A-team. And currently 194 for the Vikings to Hogtown's 44, with about 15 minutes left in the half.
And you see Crystal Clear there standing. She's about ready to come out from the box. And I know Barbie's thinking, if I don't get out first, Crystal's going to give me some offense. Crystal is a great offensive player.
Nice, but we see Snack Attack there, getting out first, lead jammer.
Amazing lead percentage for her.
Yes, in this game, absolutely.
I think she's at about 75%.
I would think at least, yeah. I think there's maybe 2 jams that she's had that she didn't have lead, that she didn't gain lead status. So she's done really well this game.
A quick 4 points and call before Barbie can score any. Very smart, very conservative, but it gets the job done.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, she hasn't had, it would be really nice for her if she got a power jam. They would really be able to use that, but
coming in, breaking up the brace and the
powering
butts.
through.
Just
there wasn't even a bit of a pause there, which is perfect. Perfect way to be. Good jamming.
And Hardmania opening that pack up real quick. Sugar Plum with a last ditch. And we've got Bananarchy trying to catch, but she got the signal. She was out of play and rejoined the pack. Help her jammer.
And we can see Speed Nelly for Hogtown. Hogtown's jammer on this jam has removed her helmet cover. So she's getting ready to possibly pass. She doesn't have to do that, but it does give her the opportunity to pass to her pivot, the blocker with the stripe on their helmet.
Yes, that
in
is
this case
Mischief. Definitely keeping their eyes open, but now that they are further in the pack, then the jammer really makes no point to pass at this point unless that jammer is just cannot keep going.
Yeah, so she's going to really, and I think she was there trying to make her way, and she did make her way up to the front of the pack to take the pass, which she did. And
it was a pass. And I can hear some calls from the bench to call it. Looks like 4 points, 3 points for blue on that last one. I can't see the black jam ref. But we are at 205. Oh, they got 3 points. 205 for the Striking Vikings and 48 for Hogtown.
And Happy Kilmore is back on the line for Hogtown. We can see them chatting with the blockers on the Vikings. Happy Kilmore really does live up to her name. They're a really happy person.
And a fantastic skater to skate against.
Yeah, really fantastic skater to skate against. And as I had mentioned there earlier, one of the mentor skaters and alumni.
With a beautiful, probably one of the cleanest apex jumps of the evening, of which there has been many apex jumps.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can see even some love from the Vikings blockers there on that apex jump. Again, the joys of Derby. Although we are competitive and we're both competitive teams, we also just have a love of Derby and good moves. And everyone appreciates a good apex jump, even the opposing team.
We've got Snack Attack and Live and Let Die. Snack is stuck with those seriously well-formed moving triad here. You can see Bad Decision moving from partner to partner, while it looks like we have Blast Attack heading the triad for Hogtown, with Liv getting drawn back by Sugar Plum Scary. I lost the shorts for a second and couldn't tell.
Yeah, no, this is some really nice defense happening here from Hogtown. Amazing, giving their skater, their jammer again, Snack Attack, lead jammer status, keeping that awesome percentage that she has forged for herself in this game.
And calling it before Liv can get any points. It's a 0-0 jam, but she still got the lead.
And definitely this jam was a great example of being able to see how it's a team game. Just like football, where there can be sort of a star of the show. The quarterback, I guess, for football. I'm not super familiar with football, but I know people talk about the quarterback all the time because they do kicks and stuff, right? They get points. So the jammer obviously gets points in roller derby. So you could think that they're winning the game or they're the game, but as you just saw in that last jam, it's definitely not the case because the blockers are the ones who stop the other jammer and give them the opportunity to have the time to get lead jam. Liv got taken back numerous times there, was in the front, almost got out numerous times, but in the end didn't, and that was due to Hogtown's great defensive blocking. So again, it is a team sport. Each person on that track is as important as every other person. Again, some great blocking happening here from Hogtown. There was a nice hit out on the inside by Holly de Havilland.
Yep, and Barbie got her points, called it. We are on to the next jam.
Now we can see here the...
We're going to get a review of that hit.
Yes. Yeah, it's going to be just a nice catch on the inside.
Catch and out, just a little hip.
Yeah, the differential here between these two teams is definitely in the jammers. And again, it's clearly just from experience. Even Snack Attack is in a black jersey rather than a team jersey, so they're obviously new to Hogtown, if not new to Derby. Again, I don't know, but certainly new to Hogtown. And we know Speed Nelly, I was going to say Speedy, and I was like, I know that's wrong. Speed Nelly is also clearly new to Derby. That one I could certainly say from her skating. And only Happy is really sort of an older...
Happy and Sugar Plum.
Yeah, but like for jammers.
Oh, from
Happy.
The jammers, yeah.
And I think it's the jammer differential that's making the numbers be so different, because it's not, like, again, if you just saw the numbers, you could think, oh, they just killed them. You know what I mean? But you can see, if you're watching, the blockers on Hogtown are actually doing really good defense.
Yes.
It's not for lack of good defense. It's just a little bit of inexperience from their jammers that's making this differential the size that it is.
Some decisions being made.
Yeah, I think it looks to me just a lot like they're just not used to the hits.
Yep.
There's bigger hits in more competitive Derby. They're literally just bigger, and you get used to them and you learn how to take them. Your body learns how to adjust and bounce back in a jammer fashion, but it takes time. It takes lots of hits.
Well, there was certainly a lot in this game.
It takes being hit a lot, yeah. And you know what? You know that their next game, they're going to do better. My favorite thing to be able to tell new skaters when they feel maybe a little defeated from a game such as this. But I can very honestly say that you know you're going to do better. You're going to be able to take hits better in your next game, 100%. Because every time you get hit, your body starts to learn how to accommodate it.
Some great catching from bad decisions here.
Yeah, just making it really hard for Mischief. It looks like we have somebody on the jammer line for the first time for Hogtown.
We have Nasmasha Rolamov.
Yeah, I don't think, have we seen?
She has not jammed for Hogtown yet.
Okay, cool.
So this will be her first jam.
Great.
And she's doing a great job. Shoulder to takes out Hot Flash.
Look at her go.
Nasmasha is a very experienced skater. She's been skating for quite a number of years, spent a lot of time on the debutantes. So she's been skating with skaters like Holly, Happy, and Sugar for a while. But this is her first time skating with the Horror on the charter team. But
awesome.
She is making quick work of the Vikings there.
Yep, absolutely. Some nice footwork. Great push. She's picked up 4 points for her team, and she's calling it off.
No points for Blue.
And we saw that was the first time too, Baby Shark
didn't get lead.
Yeah, and had to take off her helmet cover.
Yep.
I mean, she ended up passing it, but obviously she was at a position where she thought, that might happen.
And we've got another first-time jammer. We got number 91.
Blast Attack.
Blast Attack.
She looks jazzed about it.
They certainly do.
I love it.
Gotta love when it's the end of the game and you get jammers who don't normally jam out, and they make it your problem. They don't want to jam, and it's your fault.
Yes,
And Liv just running up on her toes, getting through on lead, but that doesn't mean that Blast Attack is not living up to their name.
No, they're doing some hard pushing there.
Separating the pack.
They're only left with, I think, Riot Rhythm at the front. Oh,
and
Riot must have taken them out on the inside, so they had to recycle. So I'd imagine here Hogtown is pulling from their bench people who are willing to try jamming, because the jammers are getting, especially those, as you mentioned, who are in their 90 minutes, now more than that, of Derby time, are starting to get a little a little winded jamming.
Speed Nelly.
Pretty understandable.
Speed Nelly has been skating for over 100 minutes at this point, not collectively and not all in total, but they have been playing derby for over 100 minutes.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a lot of time to skate fast and get hit.
Yes, especially when the last 50 of those or so have been against a charter team.
Yeah, and some really big hits too. I mean, the Vikings have some real power hitters on there.
Yep. Looks like we've got Snack Attack and Smoking Guns Barbie.
F-bomb, nice take back. Took Barbie out on the outside there, and yeah. And so here we see that great defense. So Hogtown's got some great defense going on there in the back of the pack, allowing once more for Snack Attack
to get lead.
She's really taken advantage of that every time the opportunity's been given to her. Her lead percentage is excellent.
Phenomenal.
Yeah.
Lead and call,
yeah.
And it looks like Vikings weren't able to get any points, and the Horror got all 4. So that will put us at 226 for the Vikings and 63 for the Horror.
With 5 minutes or so left in the game, this is definitely a time when the team might try some different stuff. Either team, truthfully, with this big of a differential in either case, for those reasons, different jammers. And Hogtown's put out a new jammer again.
Yep, this is Sugar Plum Scary going out for her first time as a jammer. She's been no, it's not. Sorry, that's my fault. That's Shockness Monster.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, Shockness Monster.
91 versus 93.
Yes. I was like, it's not pink shorts. It's the orange.
The orange shorts, that pumpkin.
Yes, pumpkin shorts. But that's great. I as a coach just love to see, skaters who maybe aren't normally jammers.
Give it a try.
Give it a try and be willing to go out there. Again, especially in this kind of situation where you know you're up against a team that is obviously better than you. It's an imbalance, and it can be hard. So that's just really impressive always. To see new skaters or skaters who are doing a different role be willing to go out and give it a go, even though it's going to be hard.
So that was Sugar Plum taking 2 big hits from Hardmania. And we are in for the last 4 minutes of play. We've got Happy Kilmore and Baby Shark. Happy is taken out on the outside and taken back.
Oh, such great edging from Baby Shark. Again, you can see
the hockey.
Yeah, her skating and from hockey.
The bridge work here between, you've got 2 skaters from the Vikings, 2 skaters from the Horror, bridging out the pack.
Yeah,
almost a full third of the track.
Yeah, really nice bridge work there.
And a quick call from Baby Shark.
The crowd trying to give some extra
encouragement.
Extra encouragement there. Really nice track awareness there, but good call off. Nice hit by Sugar.
And we've got 2 skaters with very high lead percentages, so it's going to be interesting. Live and Let Die and Snack Attack. And I think
Snack's out. No. Oh, so this is where you see the jam refs looking at each other, kind of chatting.
And it went
confirm.
to Snack.
Yep, I think that's
same.
I agree. I agree, referees. I concur. Yes. But it can be hard, so definitely sometimes you have to do a little chat quickly just to sort of see which one popped out first. Oh, and it looks like Nasmasha
Rolamov and Splatinum Blonde are out for our jammers in what might very well be our final jam. We've only got 2 minutes left on the clock, so it all depends on how long this one runs. We've got Smoking Guns Barbie and Hot Flash with Tiny Tank keeping the pack.
Oh, nice clearing by Holly there, giving offense for her jammer and allowing her to gain lead. Again, there we see the concert that is team play.
Yes. And it looks like, oh no. So a pass did happen on the Vikings. Splatnum was able to pass it to Smoking Guns Barbie, but it appears that shortly after that, Barbie ended up in the box. So the Horror are on a power jam.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's great. Just what they needed to get a little bit better, but looks like you caught her, but you had to let her go.
Yes.
No pack situation occurred.
Yes, you can see the arms up in the air. I heard a penalty being called. I was not sure if it was mine. It did not end up being mine.
It looks like Barbie's back out on the track now.
Yes.
Miss Smasher Roll 'em Off.
And
it's a
she
mouthful, but it's a
calls
really
it.
great name. That was a great jam for her as well. She got 10 points, 11 points. A great jam. That was, again, like I'd said there a while ago, it would really be good for them if they could just get a power jam situation with one of their stronger jammers out on the track. And then that happened.
And we have just enough time for one more jam. So this will be our last jam of the game. We've got Hard Mania and Snack Attack. Did not get lead this time. And Hard just calls it. No point.
Yeah, so definitely one of those situations where you know you've won. There's no point in keeping on. So as soon as the clock runs out and your lead, just
give it a call.
We're going to give it a call. So that leaves us with a final score here of 231 for the Striking Vikings from the Renegade Derby Dames to Hogtown the Horror 78, who visited us here from Toronto to Alliston Memorial Arena where this bout took place.
For more information on how to join us and if you thought this was fun, to come out and join us, we have options for skating and non-skating people. You can visit www.renegadederbydames.com or send us an email at info@renegadederbydames.com. If you like the idea of skating and hitting people, we love training new skaters. We have adults from 18 up, and we do juniors, both boys and girls, from ages 9 to 18. And if the idea of skating but not hitting people is something you might like, come on out for a ref. We are at the Alliston Memorial Arena. That's our general practice area. For more information, again, www.renegadederbydames.com.
Yes, come out and see us. We would definitely like to meet you. So we're gonna just be back in a moment. We're gonna let those skaters grab their breath, but we'll be back with some reactions from F-Bomb from Hogtown and Hard Mania from the Striking Vikings. So stay tuned to hear how they felt the game went.
On Rogers TV, we have a reality show like no other. It has a great cast of characters. Some you may have even helped land the role. Each episode has something different. Plans are devised, decisions are made, votes are cast, and money is spent. It's local reality TV that you won't want to miss. And it's exclusive to Rogers Cable customers. Catch your municipal council coverage on Rogers TV. Visit rogerstv.com for broadcast details.
Focus better.
Partner better.
Sleep better.
Breathe better.
Love better. Work better. Friend better. Unwind better.
Everything gets better when you get active.
Welcome back to the Alliston Memorial Arena. I'm here with F-Bomb of the Hogtown Horrors. So, is your first game of the season back? How'd you feel?
I felt good. This is actually my first game with Hogtown, so first not really coming back, but it felt great. It was fun.
So, in halftime, there was a little bit of a deficit. What was your guys' game plan? Was there a game plan? What were you guys thinking?
Honestly, at the end of the day, we want to have fun. Like, the score, like some people it matters and stuff, but especially coming out after the pandemic, we really wanted to just get out here. We love the league here, and we just wanted to have fun and just skate again.
Here with Hardmania. So, it was your first game back since the pandemic, and you won the MVP. How are you feeling?
Pretty good. I'm vibing really well. My teammates were fantastic on the track, and I couldn't have done anything without them.
So, there was a big deficit at the end of the first half. What were you guys thinking? Were you guys just like keep on going, or what was the game plan?
So it was hold the opposing team's jammer, just keep on holding, and then us as the jammers would just push through and keep on going really fast, and hopefully by the time we get around the second turn, they're still holding that jammer from the original time, and we'll just keep getting points.
Speaking of coaching, your coach, Patches O'Houlihan, how did he have an impact on your team, and how has he contributed?
Oh my gosh. So where do I start? It comes down to focusing on him as you pass through the pack, because sometimes you don't know what's happening behind you, trying to see where everyone's at, where the opposing team's jammer's at. If they're still in the pack, we can go around again, get more points, and they don't get any. So they were the soul of the entire game.
All right, I'm Ben Rossell here at the Memorial Arena with Hardmania.
Call the Rogers TV viewer response line, email us, or connect with us on social media.
The greatest women's mixed martial artist of all time. She is just next level.